Hi there guys, this is my third attempt of making this video. I've not had much luck with it so far today, but third time lucky. As you can see, I'm driving my car, so it's kind of inspired me to make this video quickly. And following on from a couple of conversations I've had this morning and in recent days about nutrition. So you've obviously heard a link before about people saying, you know, your body is like your vehicle for life. So you've got one body, you should fuel it correctly to get the most out of it. And I completely agree. So why don't people eat the right things? Now, obviously there's a lot more behind it, but much like my car's a diesel car. So when I go to put fuel in my car, I don't put anything other than diesel in it, because at the end of the day, if I don't put diesel in it, it won't work correctly. I'm not too clued up on cars, unfortunately. They're not my strong point, but I understand that if you put petrol in a diesel car or diesel in a petrol car, it pretty much cocks things up. So you wouldn't do it to your car, so why do you do it to your body? Now, you could say, well, my body doesn't mess up like my car would, and it wouldn't cost me hundreds of pounds like it would with my car if I put petrol into my diesel engine. I disagree. I think that it probably costs more. Okay, although you don't have a financial outlay when you don't put something into your body, you do have a physical, mental, emotional, psychological, you know, the list probably does continue, but right now I can't think off the top of my head. Expense. There is an expense of putting some poor quality foods in your body. Now, it's easier said than done that you should always have fresh, organic, grass-fed, where possible, wholesome, nutritious foods. Yet we choose to put bad quality foods in our body. And as a result of that, we get ill. So, as the link is with a vehicle, let's say that your car breaks down. Is that also known as being ill in human eyes? You know, so you've got to think, you know, you wouldn't go to the petrol station and put diesel in a petrol car or petrol in a diesel car. So why do you do it to your body? If you want your body to run optimally, you know, perform as well as it can, look as good as it can, then why would you do anything otherwise? Now, I understand that there's always temptations, there's cravings, etc. But a lot of them can be put on hold if you get the right balance in the first place. My final thing to say on this video is, because I was speaking to a lady this morning at training, and she was saying to me that, you know, she hadn't had breakfast, which in the grand scheme of things isn't actually that bad, because if someone misses breakfast once a week, you could class that as intermittent fasting of a 16-hour plus window, which is actually probably going to enhance their fat loss and help them out. But what if you're doing it continuously? What if you're actually missing breakfast all the time? Now, that's probably not an issue if you've got someone who's pretty good with their nutrition. But when you've got someone who's very malnourished, that's not eating well enough as it is, that's probably severely low on calories to optimally function, yet they strip out another meal and they stop consuming another meal, then you're only therefore going to go into an even more significant severe state of malnourishment. So, do I like intermittent fasting? Yes, I do. I do feel it has a place, and I do feel it serves a purpose. I try it myself, and I've tried it with many people that I work with. You know, but I also have a very well-rounded diet elsewhere. My other meals that I have around my fasting periods are very, very good. But what if you try fasting when you're already malnourished and you're not consuming the right foods? I think you need to make sure that you get a good diet foundation first, and then use intermittent fasting as a strategy later down the line. So do I agree with skipping meals when you're malnourished? No. So you need to make sure that you're putting the right fuel in your body. Okay, if you want to make sure that you've got as much energy as you possibly can, and if you want to make sure that you look the best, you feel the best you can, then think about it. Every time you consume some foods, it's either taking you further towards your goal or further away from. I hope you found this video useful. If you do, feel free to share it. You're more than welcome to comment. And yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.